Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2021 mid-month general reading. We are looking at the last 2 weeks of December, and this reading is for the water sign of Pisces. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well as we enter the last 2 weeks of this year and Christmas and New Year's. I hope you all have a lovely, safe, beautiful holiday season. Thanks for taking the time to watch this and any of the videos on my YouTube channel. For all of your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings, all appreciated. Thank you. So, this reading is for Pisces for the last 2 weeks of December 2021. That's if your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign is in Pisces. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Piscean. It's a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, of course. Watch all of your signs for additional perspective and insight. And if you find that something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else. We are in the gift-giving holiday season, and personal readings make great gifts. If you're interested in any of that, you can click on the description link below, that little arrow where you'll see my email address, maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. Feel free to email me directly. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings. And something to keep in mind, which is particularly popular this time of year, are the 6 and 12-month overviews I do, which give you a look ahead in all the main areas of your life for the next 6 or 12 months, which you can order any time of the year, but are quite popular. I always get a lot of requests for them this time of the year as we're, headed out of an old year and into a new, so something to think about. Okay, Pisces, let's see what the last 2 weeks of December look like for you. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Okay, Pisces, we begin with the Empress, abundance. The time is great to sow seeds. It's also a green light for new beginnings, new starts. It's a card of fertility as well, physical fertility, or just giving birth to new things. Abundance could represent a person in your life. With the Empress, we have the Seven of Cups, multiple options and opportunities, looking at the potential and possibility of things, different things. It's kind of a dreamy, daydreamy sort of card, sort of daydreaming about how abundant your life could be, might be centered around a particular area of life for you. Next, we have the Eight of Coins, worker bee, hard at work, nose to the grindstone, getting up early, perhaps staying up late, working hard to build up a solid, stable future for yourself or foundation for yourself. Working hard, that can be at your traditional job, at your home, whatever you put the majority of your day-to-day effort into. With the Eight of Swords, interesting. The Eight of Swords is a card that represents feeling held hostage, or that you can't remove yourself from a situation or make changes that you want to make, feeling held back by some way. But it's often a card about our mental limitations holding us back, meaning our fears, or what we see ourselves as tied to, kind of obligating us so that we can't make a change or move forward, which can be positive or negative. I mean, if you feel like you're being held back by moral or ethical obligations, that's one thing. Here it's clarifying the work card or the hard work card. So it may be that you're daydreaming about abundance because you feel like you can't gain it, or no matter how hard you work, you can't get ahead. And that might be for some of you in the financial, material, like earth energy area of your life. It might be in another area of life. But it feels like you're putting all this work into something, but things are staying the same, at least from your perspective. Next, we have the Ace of Cups, a new beginning in an emotional way. The aces represent the number one, so it's the start of a new path or the opportunity. Cups is governed by water, which governs our emotional life. So sometimes this card can represent new love and romance. It can represent the heart being open, beginning to open up again, self-love, the gift of love. With the Devil, obsessive energy, addictive energy. The devil enslaves and entraps through, something that we tell ourselves we have to have, which is often why it shows up for addictions or obsessions of some kind. It's often a challenging card that represents toxic obsession. Not always. I'm not sure it does here, actually. You can see here that the cage these people are in actually has the door open so they could leave if they wanted to. But there's something there that keeps them there, that they tell themselves keeps them there. It might be for those of you who are single that, this is an obsession of yours, and it's not a bad obsession to have. It might be, especially at this time of the year, Christmas, New Year's, we're ending one year and beginning another one. It might be that some of you who are alone or who have been alone for some time are kind of like obsessively focusing on this area of life. And it might be related to a specific person or not. But the middle cards here, those 2 8s, 8 of coins and 8 of swords, represent that you maybe feel that you've tried and tried and tried, or you're doing all the right things, and for some reason you can't manifest something that you want, some new beginning that you want, whether it's in love and romance or whether it's in your financial material life. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the 5 of Cups, which is a card of regret or loss over what you don't have, or perhaps missed opportunities. I'm going to pull one more, the 4 of Swords. Exhausted, worn out, so taking a step back, taking a time out to recover, recuperate, gain some perspective. This general focus is, this sense of loss or regret or missed opportunities, or something that you've either lost or just simply don't have, right? Something that you have an obsessive focus with. Abundance, fruitfulness, the Ace of Cups. Again, it might be love and romance for some of you. It might be something to do with work, career, money. It might be some combination of both of those things. It's like you're in this kind of sort of, I don't know if it's a self-pity mode. It might have those aspects of it, but like no matter how hard I try, I just can't get it to, the next level, or I just can't manifest this thing in my life. Let's clarify that primary focus. 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords. I do want to point out, though, on the 5 of Cups is that what she's grieving over is 3 cups that are tipped over and spilt, representing something she's lost, something she no longer has, or something she just simply doesn't have at all. But there's 2 cups upright and full behind her, which represents opportunities which are in your environment, which you may not be aware of because you're only focusing on what you don't have. And perhaps you need to keep that in mind. Because the 8 of Swords represents feeling trapped when in fact you're not. Which typically means there is some kind of action you can take, but it may require some bravery or courage, walking through some fears. I don't know. Let's clarify that. Knight of Cups, which is love offer, or an opportunity for love, or a love-driven offer. The 10 of Pentacles, which is long-term security and stability, which in the love and emotional area could represent like long-term marriages or relationships, but it also represents long-term stability and security in money and finances, which I'm getting kind of an even match here. And 9 of Swords, stress about the future, about an unknown future. Again, what you don't have, what you feel you're working hard towards but can't manifest. For some of you, it's money. For some of you, it's love. For some of you, it's a combination of both. It's like you're in this middle of the road place and you're not having this abundance, even though you think about it a lot and you fantasize about it a lot. It's just, you feel it's not there and you feel like you can't get it there. Clarify the Empress. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups can be you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can also represent another, and I'm saying this because I feel this is for some of you, this can represent another Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that is somehow relevant to you, whether it's their Sun, Moon, Rising sign. And the Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely reaching the finish line and accomplishing the mission and quest. So it's sort of thinking about, fantasizing, daydreaming about getting to where you want that sense of abundance in either or both of these areas of your life. Let's peel this back a little bit more. Clarify the Eight of Coins, that nose to the grindstone. The Seven of Swords, things concealed or hidden or done undercover. Strength, facing fears, doubts, insecurities. The Five of Cups again. And all clarifying the Eight of Coins. This is something you've been secretly, or at least not talking about, working hard towards, thinking a lot about. But there's this sense right now for you of it was all for nothing, it was all for naught, right? But that's not true, because again we have this Five of Cups, and when cards repeat themselves in a tarot spread, Pisces, it's spirit trying to bring your attention to that. Remember that while this person may indeed have three cups that aren't full anymore, there are still two cups upright and full, but you can't see them because they're behind you, and you can't see them because you're focused on only what you don't have. Let's clarify that Eight of Swords. What are you held back by in your head? The Hierophant, convention, tradition, organizations, institutions, religious energy. The Hierophant represents a group of people, or the energy of just doing things a certain way just because that's how they're done, or that's how you've always done them, right? I think achieving the kind of results you want in this area means that you would have to break out and do something that is probably outside of your normal routine or your normal behavior. That's what I'm getting. If it's about gaining somebody's attention, whether it's in love or work, I think you're going to have to do what you normally wouldn't do, which is probably perhaps be more aggressive about it, or at least make yourself heard in a more clear way. It's relevant for someone out there. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, another ace, another brand new beginning. An Ace of Cups again. The Knight of Wands, the fastest knight. There's like an obsession energy here. Clarify the Devil. Obsessed with having a beginning with somebody, having a new begin. If it's love, it's obsessed with having a new beginning with someone. And the obsession would imply that this is something you already have history or experience with as well, because the Devil doesn't pop up overnight, right? This is cyclical energy. So the obsession is about having a new start or a new beginning. Is with something that you've been thinking about for quite some time, you've been fantasizing about for quite some time. Clarify the Devil. The Devil. The Devil is clarified by the Devil. Really strong obsessive energy. For love and romance, I feel like this is about somebody you know, somebody you have some history with or experience with, or somebody you've known for quite some time. The Fool, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. You know, this is a little, well, actually, more than a little similar to, I think it was your sister sign, Scorpio. Did I already say Scorpio? This is for Pisces. This reading is for Pisces, just to clarify. But this is, I think, quite similar to, it's either Scorpio or Cancer too, which of course makes sense, where somebody is almost, or at least your perception is almost, or is kind of toxically obsessed or addicted with their own sense of freedom and movement. And what prevents them from taking some kind of new opportunity or making life changes, life path changes in their life, is they're afraid that it will tie them down or keep them stationary. Somehow they won't have the same kind of freedom and independence, and they see that as a bad thing. Here, I'm not sure if it's you that has this energy, or it could be that the person you're interested in has this energy, and you feel very stymied because you can't move something forward because of it. Because you think that they think it will tie them down in some way. This choice that they make, or this lifestyle path that they have. I mean, it could be you, but here it looks like you're fantasizing about having some new start, starting down a new path with someone. Could be another situation, but maybe love for some of you. But you're seeing them as being on this, in this life cycle, or in this lifestyle path, that you think they couldn't be with you because they would see that as being tied down, or that they wouldn't be, you know, do the same things with the same kind of freedom of movement, like whenever they wanted to, wherever they wanted to, you know. And so because of that, you feel stymied. And that may all be true, Pisces. But for those of you for whom this is relevant, I also want to point out that you keep yourself mentally held back from doing anything more assertive or more aggressive, or more, I don't know, making your interest or your feelings known a little bit better to this other person because of how you perceive their response is going to be. And this is true for love and romance as much as it is for anything that falls under work and career. It feels like you're making assumptions that it can't work out because of how you perceive the other side. But you don't know that 100% for sure unless you actually make yourself heard in a more clear way. And that's what I'm getting here. And that's kind of contributing to this feeling of, I've been thinking and working towards this, or doing all the right things, but there's a sense of kind of doing it undercover, or what you really truly want being undercover, and it needs to come out from under the covers. That's what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because it feels like that's where I should leave it. But I am going to pull some advice and guidance cards. And I think for the time being, which is a short period of time, we're only looking at the last 2 weeks of December, that Four of Swords kind of taking a break from this, which I've seen in a few other signs, is actually a good thing. Enjoy the holidays, kind of focus on your own sort of thing, and let this simmer for a minute. But simmer with these thoughts in mind, okay? Advice and guidance for Pisces, last 2 weeks of December. Temperance, staying balanced, staying in the middle. Don't let your emotions run away with you. This is neither too much nor too of one nor too much of the other. Stand in your truth and know where you're at. The Ten of Swords, a difficult cycles coming to an end. The World, major completion, graduation, moving up to the next level. The Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, all these restrictions and heaviness being lifted. The High Priestess, the Hanging Man, trusting, but not taking action just quite yet because something is playing out. Yeah, and again, we're only looking at the last 2 weeks of December, so enjoy yourself. Give yourself a bit of a mental break from this stuff. Enjoy yourself. Focus on your own, activities, holiday stuff, whatever. And this thing is still playing out. But again, keep that in mind about being a bit more assertive in this particular situation. Okay. Okay, Pisces, those are your messages for the last 2 weeks of December 2021. I hope they were useful, helpful, clarifying, validating, or at least, at the very least, gave you some food for thought, because that's why we do these. And if something resonated with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself, or as a gift for someone else. We are in that gift-giving season, and personal readings are great gifts for people, especially the people you don't really know what to get things for or who love this, psychic readings. If you are interested in any of that for yourself or anyone else, or the overviews or anything else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to hear from you. You can also get that info by clicking on the arrow below, that description link. I will see you all in a couple of weeks, and it'll be next year. I'll see you for the generals of December or January 2022, the first generals of the brand new year. Have, again, a wonderful, safe holiday, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.